library card to use it. We subscribe to several different types of databases. We subscribe to 2 databases that allow people to take courses for free. We advertise it as we pay the tuition, you take the class. And
is that Coursera or?
it's called Universal Class. And it offers courses in all types of things like dog clipping and you know, things that you might not normally think about doing, but when you look at it, it's you know, there's about 600 courses.
Wow.
And that's been heavily used. So the web page is really the portal to get to these different things. And we redid our website a couple of years ago, and we tried to keep it as simple as possible, but yet guide people into where they want to go.
I was just very stunned by that offer to write a book online, and then someone will put it on paper, and then what is the process?
It's part of the makerspace, the self-publishing that Ed was talking about earlier, where everyone can be a publisher. I mean, everyone can create something. What the service offers is they guide you along with doing the writing, and then you can publish it online for free. Or if you want to publish it in book format, then you have to pay for the printing, but they'll do that.
Huh. Very, very interesting. So what is your role in dealing with the community? How do you get your word out to the community? What would you like to say to the community about libraries?
That's a good question. I think in our community, I think most of the people in the community know that we're there, and again, so we're so busy. But the message that we try to get out is just, come in and see there's something in our library for everyone. Whether you're out of work and looking for a job, we can help you with that, help you with resumes, and help you search for jobs online. So
the librarians help with resumes?
Yep, we spend a lot of time with that. Especially over the last several years when the unemployment rate was really high. People would come in. They might not have had a resume before. They might have gotten laid off from their job and never had a resume, so they would come in and we would help them. They might not have ever had an email and they need that to actually apply for a job online, so we'd help them create an email address and go through the whole process and show them how to do that online. We had programs and then one-on-one help that we do a lot for that, and still to this day we do that.
And you have knitters. Somebody had a knitting program.
I think we both do.
Yeah, the knitting
So
mavens.
people come in and knit in the library?
Twice a month.
So it's a community center by definition then?
It is. We have quilters too. There's groups of people that get together for certain activities.
And they get enticed by some book or some video or whatever. What is the future of libraries? It's probably become more and more electronic, isn't it?
I mean, I think the printed book is always going to be the most prevalent thing that we actually circulate to our users. But for us, technology is really important because we want to be the place that people go to use and learn about new technology, because there's certainly a digital divide where people can't always afford to pay for things, and we want to be the place that they come to use or learn about it. But you also could just be someone that wants to test drive something. They want to borrow an e-reader before they buy their own, or they want to come in and learn how to use 3D printing. We want to be the place where people come for that. So we've invested a lot of time over the last several years making sure we offer that to the community.
What is the museum of 10 years from now going to look like?
That's interesting, because I know that I've seen like, for instance, in Texas, there was a library that went all ebook. Don't have a printed book in there. I don't believe in that.
There's school libraries like that.
I don't think that's the future. I think the future, we're still going to have printed books. I can see in 10 years from now, for instance, say the DVDs and the music that we have in our collection, that I could see that not being around because people go more and more to streaming services, and that's all digitally streamed through Netflix or something. I can see that as a format that might not be part of library collections, but I think the book is always going to be there. But I think that the opportunity to be a public square and have come in and do more and more of your own creation of materials is going to be the wave of the future. I can see where if someone uses Chris's service and they get a copy of the book, it goes into the library collection, and then their book is in the library. I can see that being the...
That sounds scary to me. I mean, there can be trillions of books.
Well, that's true. And people will still be coming for programs. We do a lot of children's programs.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes.
introducing
Let's talk
children
about
to
the
reading.
children's rooms. They are really charming rooms that have unbelievable variety of books for children.
Books and also toys, things to play with, learning, toys and
Puzzles.
games and puzzles. And we have some computers in the children's room too, but mainly we try to do the learning activities for the kids.
I guess the basis of every child's life is coming to story hour at the library somehow.
Yeah. Yeah, we still.
That's a given.
That's a very vibrant thing, and we try to do a lot of what Chris is talking about with the tactile play. We actually have a special story time called Book Babies for toddlers, where their parents can come and play with the room is just full of toys. We do a few stories, and they just play with various toys, and we kind of try to do different programs as they age. We do a lot with I guess it's a video game called Minecraft that has been really popular the last couple of years with a lot of tweens and teenagers, and we do a lot of programs there because the whole premise of the game is that you build and create your own world. So you could build buildings or whatever you can imagine you can build in this world, and it's really...
You do it online?
You do it online. So we have a lot of programs with that because it really teaches a lot of not just spatial awareness, but just problem solving. You have to harvest resources to be able to build whatever you build. I've seen kids that have built amusement parks or castles or these huge worlds in this game, and we do every 2 weeks I think we do a Minecraft program. It's been tremendously popular.
Wow. So when you get trained and your Library of Science degree, they say, and here's a blank slate. We have no idea what that's going to be in the future.
Libraries have changed a lot over the past 10, 15 years, so the momentum is getting faster and faster with changes. So it's really hard to say exactly what it's going to look like, but the basic philosophy stays the same, and that's what we have to focus on.
Okay, but you have a balancing act because you have to think about the buildings, their upkeep. You have to think about the fact that it's public space, so it always has to meet code. Whatever changes in code you have to make for yourselves. You have to find books that are affordable, but also long-standing. As you increase in technology, the technology becomes more and more expensive, and it becomes more elaborate. I'm sure these printers are quite pricey, for example. And then you have staff, and the more complex the technology, the more staff you need. So your job as the directors is to balance all of that and to try to find a way to do what's best for your community. And there must be a piece of negotiating with the town fathers and mothers too.
Yeah, that's a big part of the job.
Yeah.
It's definitely a balancing act of a lot of the things that you said. Looking for more resources because there's never enough money to go around for all the city departments. Thankfully, I think the last 3 years we've been lucky enough in Cranston to have small increases to our budget from the city. But you're right, there's always building issues. We have 6 buildings to take care of, so that's always a challenge. We actually have a bond on the ballot for this election day to try to get some way to fix stuff like leaky roofs and parking lots. And
it's not glamorous, no. But people, if you're voting, vote for roofs.
It's one of those things, if you have a building that's not in peak condition, then it can't be a public place for people to come and enjoy. Mm-hmm. So
that's right.
You really have to maintain those things, and that's a big part of the job is just politicking for more money, and we actually go out and look for a lot of grants to pay for a lot of this. A lot of the technology you see, we found grants for that because it might not be something we could afford in our operating budget.
So grant writer is one of your jobs then?
Yes.
Big job.
Yeah.
And also mouthpiece for the libraries, is that right?
Yeah, I think that for me, that's one of the biggest parts of the job is just being a spokesperson and a kind of, town caller for the library. We have a tremendous staff, and they know their jobs. So I spend a lot more of my time talking about the library and the community, and championing our cause than I do kind of running anything day to day.
When I went last night, I saw people sitting and reading magazines. I saw that there was a magazine service that you could get almost any magazine anybody wanted, any particular article. I saw shelves of newspapers, past newspapers. I saw people using computers. I saw people sitting and talking. I saw somebody arrive for a class. I mean, the extent of that library, when budgets were founded for libraries, when your budget was made, the first Cranston budget, first Greenville budget, they had no idea that you would have all these demands on your budget for all of these different programs.
No, not at all.
Well, and part of the thing is the technology helps us to to streamline our services too. We have self-checkout machines at Greenville.
Oh, that's right.
We allow people to get their own holds, and 99.9% of our checkouts are done by the patron, him or herself, which saves us a lot of money and saves staff to be used for other areas.
Okay, we have almost no time. If somebody wants to work in a library, suppose they want to come in and they want to be helping with the research side, what do they do?
Well, they need to certainly go to library school and get a master's of library
So you have to get a
science,
library degree to work behind the counter.
to be a librarian and to help research. Even
Okay.
all the children's librarians, that's skills they have to learn.
Okay, all right. I want to thank you both for coming, and I'm really thankful for the libraries. If I ever win the mega bucks, the thing I'm going to do is build a library in my community, because I am very concerned that it's not enough. But I really appreciate meeting you both.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming. And I want to invite you to a new adventure as well. We are in need of staff here at Good News Rhode Island. We need people who are technical, who are interested in doing computer graphics and interested in doing editing. We need people who are interested in doing timing and audio-visual kinds of things with cameras. Please let us know if you're interested by looking online at goodnewsrhodeisland@gmail.com and writing us a note. Come here to PEG Rhode Island, which is at 300 Niantic Avenue, PEG Access Rhode Island in Providence, and we will have you trained and you can be part of our team. We really need your help. Thank you for watching Good News Rhode Island, the show about Rhode Island and everyone around who's doing great things behind the scenes and making Rhode Island a better place to live. Thank you.